Welcome to the Steckline Report, everybody, on Steckline's Ponderosa. Back out in the wheat fields taking a look at things here, and want to show you a few things about the wheat growth in the south central part of the state of Kansas. And guess what, friends? We've had a pretty good kind of a wheat market that I want to talk about in a minute. Stay tuned.
For over 8 decades, America's farmers have counted on the little red tractor from Case IH, the Farmall, to help them make short work of their demanding chores. Well, Straub International can show you they aren't just for farms anymore. With horse ranging from 30 to 140, plus an army of attachments, a Farmall can tackle every chore on your to-do list, from hauling and mowing to loading and towing, and then some. Visit Straub International, your Case IH dealer at any of our 7 locations to find a Farmall that's right for you.
My grandfather came across the plains from Missouri in the 1860s and ran a hotel and stage stop here with livery stable, and it's been in the family ever since. We run probably about 100 cows here and 250 over at the other ranch. I'm sure there are other banks we could have dealt with, but they've been so friendly and know what the ups and downs are in the business. American Ag Credit is like a family for us for financial help.
Well, the old wheat market's climbed nicely this last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and it took a little break when a cloud showed up over Kansas, but there really wasn't much in that cloud. I got to tell you, there was maybe 5 drops that fell on this old wheat crop here. We're not going to complain, though, because this wheat crop's getting along pretty good. We had some pretty decent kind of moisture over the wintertime, as you can take a look. It seems like it's doing pretty well. We planted pretty early, and as long as we can get some rain here pretty soon, we'll feel pretty good about this crop at this stage of the game. Now, that's not the case all over the country. I got to tell you, I've talked to a lot of people. Western Oklahoma, western Kansas, eastern Colorado, western Texas. We still have some major problems, folks. We need a drink badly. There's some places out there that the wheat crop, you can see a whole lot more dirt than you can green. And at this time of the year, that's not good. So what's caused the wheat price to go up? Well, I think that's the biggest one. You know, a lot of people think the Ukraine situation has been a major impetus in bringing this grain market up. Well, it's had a help. It's had some effect, no doubt about that. But I got to tell you, the major thing is this right here, because they're having a drought in Russia as well as here, and a couple of other countries may be having some trouble too. So as we look at the future for pricing this small crop when we get it into the combine here a little bit later, this will be a crop that we would like to sell around $7. We already have sold some of that, pre-sold. Let's hope we raise enough to to fill the contract. But whether that stays at $7 or not is anybody's guess. It will depend upon weather. We do have word out of the Ukraine, though, that if this turmoil there continues, it could have much more effect on this grain market than it does today, especially for the next year's crop, 2014 and 15. They've shipped most of this year's crop already. So the next year will tell the tale on the Ukraine issue. If that deal gets worse, it could be a plus. A major plus, because they are a major supplier of grain to the people that we used to supply before they knew how to grow grain. And of course, we taught them. Remember that? I was there when we were teaching them. I knew at that point it didn't seem right to us to be helping those competitors, but boy, they sure haven't bought any grain from us for a long time, have they? Nor will they. In the meantime, we'll look at the rest of the grain markets and talk about that when we get the report as to how many acres are planted to corn and soybeans this year. Everybody's talking about a whole lot more soybean acreage than corn. In other words, they're taking corn acres out, putting them into soybeans. We'll see what USDA has to say about that later. See you then.